All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you how we here make our brisket plates to sell. This is a beef brisket whole USDA choice. I picked it up for $93. It is almost 19 pounds. It's a pretty big brisket. And right now it's 6 in the morning and I'm gonna start preparing it. Today is Friday, 6 in the morning, and I need to sell the plates Saturday at 11:30 to around 12 noon. A lot of these plates have already been sold, so I need to start early and make sure everything's done. All right, I'm gonna teach you everything how I do it. Step one, let's get it out of this package right here. And right here in this can, I have a mixture of salt, pepper, and paprika. Pretty much, I put the seasonings here myself. So instead of just doing one by one, everything's already mixed here, everything that I need. Okay, and that's it for the top side. Maybe a little bit here. All right, this side is mostly done. All right, now I'm gonna flip my brisket, and just this piece right here that's sticking up, I'm just gonna go ahead and trim that there. I'm gonna trim some of this, not a lot. Okay, so that's what it looks like after I trim it. I got like a cup or two of beef tallow. We're gonna make this fat into beef tallow. It's a big piece of meat. It can take a lot of seasoning. Once you do that, just go ahead and press it down. Some people season it right before the smoker. I'll do it many hours before. That way, later on in the day, after I do what I gotta do, or I take a nap or whatever, I wake up, light my grill, and just throw it in there. It's way more faster for me. It allows me to get other things done during the day. I'll just have it season it many hours before. Okay, my protein is now in the fridge. It's already been trimmed. It's already been seasoned. It's gonna stay here in the fridge about 6-7 hours. If you're worried that your protein is gonna absorb fridge odors or that it's gonna taste like fridge, highly recommend you get one of these baking soda boxes. You can just put one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put one right here. To clean my pit, I will use liquid dish soap, nothing else. This does a very good job. As you can see, the pit is now very clean. All right, so I got my brisket. The time has come to throw it on the smoker. I got my fat trimmings as well. The way I place this brisket is my fat trimmings, I'm gonna go ahead and put them closer to the firebox so I can get that direct heat and it'll render much better. I'm gonna put my thickest part, the point, towards the back of the pit where my exhaust is at. Why? Because this area will get hotter than the rest of the pit. Heat flows on top, it travels through the cook chamber, and it accumulates on this section before it gets sucked out. This section is gonna be hotter. Towards the middle, my cooler section, I have the flat. Right now, let's take a look at the temperatures. I just threw my brisket in, as you guys saw earlier. I just threw my mesquite log, my coal bed. I'm actually running like a 50-50 mix of coal and mesquite. So we take a look at the temperatures. Probe 1 is 211 degrees. Probe 1 is right here, is the one closest to the firebox. Probe 2 is tempting 216 degrees, is right here towards the back. This is where I told you that most of the heat will accumulate. These are the exact temperatures I want for the first few parts of the cook. I just want to keep it around 200, 220, the first 2 hours or so. For the first 2 hours of the cook, more than cooking it, I want to get a super smoke. So as you can see right now, I'm getting a lot of white smoke. Kind of hard to see on the phone, but yeah, it's smoking. I'm getting thick white smoke. That's what I want for the first 2 hours of the cook. So 6.5 hours later, my cooking chamber is 275 to 300 degrees. At this point, I still have not opened my chamber. I have not checked the brisket or the temperature, but I know I'm mid-thaw. The reason I know that is because of the amount of moisture being released. It's releasing lots of moisture. That means this brisket is it's about halfway, if not more than halfway done. Well, it's probably about halfway. It's just entering that thaw right now. I'm gonna leave it right at this temperature for another 6 hours, maybe 7 hours. All right, I'm gonna touch the edges to see how they're doing. They look okay. Nothing this, everything looks okay. Okay, this is a little dry right here. This right here is a little dry. But all right, so there it is. I just put foil paper, the parts that are more dried out, that corner, this corner, and this top piece, but that's just because I didn't trim it. This is how it's gonna stay for the remainder of the cook. Bark is 85-95% set. It's just real good. Since the point is now cooking much faster than the flat, all I'm gonna do is rotate my brisket 180 degrees. All right, so after about 12 hours, this brisket is now done. The internal temperature was, some spots were 199, other spots were 196. It was soft enough for me. I went ahead and took it out. This right here is the beef tallow that I made. Came out real good. So this brisket, I'm not gonna serve it till tomorrow, and this is how I'm gonna let it rest. First, get 2 sheets of foil. I'm gonna get my beef tallow now, and I'm probably gonna throw about half cup. I want to be careful not to spill that. About half of this. Maybe a little more. Okay, now I got my brisket there. Want to wrap it up tight. Wrapped in foil. Wrapped in a towel now. And now it's just gonna go in my cooler. And we're gonna let that rest for about 10 hours or 8 hours. Now it's the following day. My brisket has rested in the cooler. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now. So the way I like to cut it, to keep it really simple, the first thing I'm gonna do is separate the point from the flat, and we're just gonna cut right down the middle. And look how good that looks. Now all I'm gonna do, so my flat right here, I'm just gonna cut it vertically. My point, I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees, and then I'm gonna cut it just like that. That's the first slice. Now, when I'm evaluating a brisket, the way I know, did I do a good job, did I do a bad job? Right here on this burn end, right in the tip, right here, you kind of want to look at it. If it looks nice, juicy, soft, if you see that the fat has rendered very well, that means I probably did a good job on the fire. If this is dry, crumbly, hard, that means my fire was probably too hot. Look at that, that has, and then I'm also gonna do a bend test. What's the bend test? I'm gonna put it on my finger like that. It's very soft. Pretty much, if it makes a U, and it's also got to hold itself under its own weight. Keep cutting these slices. And that has it's another slice, and you know that this brisket came out so well. And it's very tender, extremely tender. Let's keep cutting it. Grábame aquí el guante, gordo. And again, this brisket, since I was not in a rush, I did not wrap it. I did not do a boat foil. I did not use butcher paper. I started to cook early. I was not in a rush, no need to wrap, and it came out perfect. Right here, look at this bark. I could have not gotten a better bark. So now after that brisket has been cut and sliced, we're gonna get it and go ahead and put it onto plates. We do sell $13 plates. We also sell $20 plates. Sides are the same. The difference is the portion sizes. $20 plates are 300 grams of brisket. $13 plates, they obviously have less. And overall, I think this cook was a success. There's my wife. She's gonna go drop off some of the food that we made. And we're gonna be doing this, going house to house, delivery included with the price.
We're out here delivering plates.
Hopefully this will be good for us in the long run, I'm hoping.
In Edinburgh,
but only time will tell.
Let me know. Comes with a side of mac and cheese.
Have any suggestions or ideas on the brisket and on the sales, let me know. Also, if you think you can make the brisket better, let me know in the comments how I can improvise my cooks. And
let me know. Far Alamo.